I'll be calling you a radical. Mating season. Oh boy. So, this is the greatest red herring in human history. I don't give a fuck if this gets 12 views. We're recording this in history. So, fourth round of treated water dumping starting at Fukushima. Are you fucking kidding me? And the sheep believe this shit. So I want to ask every one of you, and we'll record this in history, get into the research lab. That's what Kevin Watch has become. Remember when you're young, working on a master's thesis or a PhD or any work when you're going to college, you spend so much time in the research library and digging and digging and digging and hoping you could find something. Remember I was doing some work on the blue heron numbers in Utah. I dug and dug, and there it was. This woman had placed something in the research library up there at Echo in the trees. I mean, she spent 12 years and recorded just citizen scientists. Well, they're always the real scientists. These academia pieces of shit, fuck, they've proved. Fukushima's the litmus test. They didn't do fucking anything. Collected their money. If you went to university over the last 12 years, studied microbiology, biology, science, you should sue the fuckers for your money back. You got fraud. So, Kevin Blanch, the greatest marine biologist, probably in world history. And I think that's unarguable. Virtue hypothesize the knowledge. So I see there's another big spill. Your camera's tilted to the left. Well, maybe I'll tilt to the right. I see there's another big sewer spill. This time in Santa Barbara. Fucking. So, I want to tag this whale watching. So, it's an important video. And I'll tell you what. So, let's get this right. So, I was always a whale watcher. Still am. Spent a lot of my life. I love it. But let's get real about this. Let's get real. So here they are in Hawaii, posting the counting numbers. Sitting there playing a harp with different people out there, counting whales. Yeah, it's fun. It's the most inaccurate, ridiculous way. I mean, it's worse than hanging chads. Yeah. It's similar to the Florida fucking, I'm a Florida election official. Very similar. You know NOAA has sonar in the whole region. And NOAA counts every single fucking one. People sitting out there counting the same whale over and over and over. And if you don't think that's not true, it's true. Fuck, that's all we hear. Oh, we will pretend. Fucking military war pigs. All our money goes to. The greatest ecological collapse in human history post-Fukushima. I'll post all the data. Again, if the fourth water dumping doesn't prove to you, the wells doesn't prove to you. So NOAA itself calls it an acute mortality aberration event, mortality something event now. They're mimicking what I did all the well work clear back in 2016, 17, 2015 when it started. They're trying to say from 2019, when we know factually that my army in 2017 counted 312 washed up dead grays in 2017. We know this event started much earlier, but they're saying just from 2019 to present, the gray whales have collapsed, 60, 70%. And they're now saying they're finally agreeing with every Kevin White starvation. Still won't say the F word. Fukushima. So I want to ask all of you on the water tank. I mean, I've been, we'll tag this for prosperity, getting into history. There's another can. So, tag this in for prosperity's sake. May 2023. Off the coast of Fukushima. Rockfish tested with 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137 per kilogram. 180 times over the raised safe legal limits. 2 months before 8/24, August 24. What those Kobe's numbers? 8/24? Yeah, 24. What does Kobe mean? Isn't that a Japanese word? Oh, yes. 2 months before they started dumping the tank water. Well, how did that happen? Okay, 2022, January, before any of the so-called treated water tank flushing, 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima into the Japanese current, which flows into the California current, 1,400 becquerels of cesium-137. Now, if you get cesium-137, you have strontium-90, you have americium, you have all the culprits, you have plutonium, 239 and 240, you have Fuktonium, because it never happened before. We don't even know what the fuck some of this shit is. Okay, how about Ken Buckenfuck Buser's study in 2011 that I leaked out? The international study from the Hawaii boat. I'm the guy that leaked all that out. It's out there now. I leaked it all out. They were trying to hide it. International team of scientists. 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima. 300 meters down into the Japanese current, which flows directly into the California current. First sample set, 3 times the background levels. Second, 50. Third, 1,000 times. Now, what's the fucking background levels? Well, no, it keeps track of those. We know what the background levels are. We know what they are. Bikini atolls, that's from man-made nuclear fission. Sorry. No, you're fine. So, 1,000 times. Now Buser's out. Can you believe him? He come out here this year and did an article and said that when they first arrived at Fukushima in June of 2011, in the harbor, they were testing background levels of all these culprits, cesium-137, strontium, americium. He says there were millions of times over the background level. Millions of times. But he's saying it's getting better. Show me where the fuck it's getting better. The tide balls are getting worse. The fucking salmon collapse is getting worse. The salmon collapse is smoking gun. We don't count dead tide pools. Kevin Blanch does. We don't count dead humans in bone marrow transplants. Oh, Kevin Blanch does. We count every fucking salmon. It's a smoking gun. Jedediah Smith has no dams. Klamath is right next to it on the Oregon-California border. They're both down between 90 and 99%. Oh, all day, every day. On airstrike, I'm blanking. Sipping. Here comes another one. Last night I was sleeping, I'm trying to recover from this heart, which I have. In the middle of the night I heard this out west my house. I'm like, what the fuck? In the middle of the night, late. Jump up, I'm like, fuck, there's a car wreck, there's gotta be something. It was them buzzing over the house. What? Mom, I didn't do well on the test today at school. What? I can't sleep, Mom. Why can't you sleep, honey? Those jets fly over the house all fucking night. I can't get no sleep. They fly around. They buzz the hospital. Oh, I'm in there recovering. I'm in ICU. I just had fucking surgery. And you need rest. Fucking pitiful. So anyway, how did that happen? How did millions of times? So where did it go, Ken? I'll say, so the salmon, back to the salmon, from the Kenai down to the Fraser, they've all collapsed. The Stillhead collapsed on Q in 2012, just like I said. They go to sea 1 to 2 years. The Chinook are the smoking gun. Chinook salmon go to sea 5 years. I said they'll collapse in 2016. Will you believe me then? Record returns in 2008, 9, 10. It kept breaking every record all the way to 2015. Oh, did they fucking off a cliff in 2016. In science, we call that an outlier. You can lie. It's liars versus outliers. My work stands in fucking history. So how to get better, Ken? They're progressively getting worse. They're dying at sea. The crap. I predicted that. The bottom feeders, it's a chain reaction. The photoplankton, the heat source off Fukushima is so hot, they can't even get robots near these cores. Where's the cores? Where's the cores? Never happened in the history of mankind. Chernobyl was one partial graphite nuclear reactor that blew up, and 500 to 800,000 men in 2 days with no spent fuel pools. These are 3, Winston. One is more than 3, Winston. That ain't working on me. 2 plus 2 is still 4. My grandson, who was born in the month of Fukushima, junior high over here, 7th grade science teacher, they were teaching about Chernobyl at Fukushima. She stood right in class and says, Chernobyl is the worst nuclear energy disaster in history. He raised his hand and said, no, it's not. Fukushima is. And he says, 3. So she argued with him right in class. So I come home and I said, you walk up there and you tell that teacher that Kevin Blanche is your grandfather, the world's foremost expert on the Fukushima disaster. And just tell her, Kevin Blanche told me to tell you that you could go Orwell all you want. 3 is more than 1. He told her that. Hello, 8 spent fuel pools? Full MOX fuel blown to fucking smithereens? And it just shows you the American sheep will believe anything. As I stood right there. Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. You look back, lies. Pat Tillman fight off 9/11. You look back, lies. George W. Bush won the 2000 election. I'm a Florida fucking election official. No. You're going to look back 12 years from now, 10, 12 years from now, that when the nuclear frogs have been boiled fucking nicely. And just remember, Kevin Blanche told you, these are full blown out fucking meltdowns. They're lying, and it's going to fucking cause a chain reaction. It's going to cause the Great Pacific Genocide. It's going to cause a heat bubble. The plutonium fires predicted all. Predicted every bit of this fucking Nostradamus for Hamlet and Cassandra got together. They had a baby. I feel like Semmelweis. Beat me up, put me in a robe room. So I made it 12 years. It's my first day without the cancer. I was telling the doctor the other day, I said, first time in my life, I can't feel that burn in my chest. I was born with it. My father knew me better. That heart murmur. I don't feel it anymore. This is the first time. Because the second open heart surgery that I was looking at my Fukushima fish hook today. God, I got so many scars. I got 4 tattoos. I'm just so scarred up from being open twice. My Fukushima, my pacemaker, of course. It's been a hell of a fucking journey. But I'm like the Pacific Ocean. They haven't killed us all the way yet. We're trying to fucking survive. Trying, it's hard. I think it's so metaphorical and so metaphysical. And so, it's when I was young, they tried to groom me and posture me into being, the theoretical physicist. And I'm like, no. Theoretical physics is crackpot science. And it's been proven. What did Einstein call it? Entanglement? Spooky science at a distance? It's been proven that the co-theoretical physicist is all bullshit. It's total bullshit. Even Einstein said at the end of his life, forget it. His work on theory of relativity is different. Like we were talking. I'll tell you, my grandson, we used to play a game. What would Einstein say when he was little? He says, I'm science and we're learning about motion. And I says, just remember Einstein, his famous equation. Just remember, that's the speed of light, right? I says, just remember, E equals mc squared. Now, E, energy, m, mass, squared times itself via gravity and the speed of light. If the way they fool you, it's the doctors do it, lawyers do it, is the C. What's the C? I said, come on, remember what I told you, the C stands for. What's the C? He thought for a minute, he said, oh, I remember. I said, what? This is speed. Yep. That's all it is, motion. So when they beam a light, a photon from here to there, they've done it with stars from 8 billion light years away. And it shows up here and here. How's that even possible? Well, as Einstein said, forget the theoretical physicist world. Go be a plumber, go be a carpenter, go be a plasterer. There's no way the human mind can comprehend it. He called it spooky science at a distance. So, theoretical physics, crackpot shit. Didn't Stephen Hawking show up on Epstein? What the fuck? I mean, it's so freaky and creepy. Just like we were talking, where's all that money go to fucking NASA, the multi-billions and billions and billions? They don't do anything. They took a private company to go back to the moon. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. Where's all that money go? to a group of fucking people that just fucking embellishes their life and enriches, well, but it's really, the zenith of life is not comfortability and money. That's where they fuck up. It's actually a death sentence, inherited wealth. My grandpa was right. He says, inherited wealth is a death sentence. You're not getting any. Go learn a trade, boy. I look back, talk about a death sentence, inherited wealth. So, I named it Fukushima, F-U. You know, the pyramid, remember we stamped it, covered up. So, Livermore, bringing star-powered Earth, that's exactly what these meltdowns are. They're stars. They're man-made stars. We know the sun can give you cancer from how many? 93 million miles away. These ones are 6,000 from the coast. The jet stream moves left to right. Hello. I was looking at an old video showed up when I was on my roof doing that video in 2012 on 10/11/12. And I was saying all this on my roof. And I'm like, fuck was I on it? Fuck was I on it? What was that? So their answer's been to kettle me, to squash me. Well, it's unlike the research library when you're doing your work when you were young before the internet days. Why can't you find anything in there? Because of the JSTOR. What do you think Aaron Swartz download the server is about? They own all the work. So how can you do a PhD at a university? Because the wealth has infiltrated even state universities. Warren Buffett stole ours here. And so they control these universities. And then the JSTOR, you have to turn your fucking work over? Please. So if you're going to be a scientist, you got to be a citizen scientist. If you're going to be a marine biologist, you cannot do it via the university. You can't. You got to fucking do what I've done. Kevin Blanch has proved it. Aaron Swartz was right. Self-teach. The self-taught marine biologist, Kevin Blanch, probably the greatest marine biologist in fucking human history. The greatest event in human history, the Fukushima meltdowns. The greatest crime in human history, the cover-up of the said event, the Fukushima meltdowns. So sewer in fucking Santa Barbara, sewer in LA, sewer in fucking Tijuana, sewer in San Diego, sewer, fucking. It's unbelievable. And you're still swimming in that shit? I'm going to go surf. Why don't you go surfing in the your local sewer plant? It's no different. Fucking, I wouldn't put my toe in that fucking water. You know, I grew up in it. I grew up in PV fucking. Used to love to swim. We used to love to watch the biolin. Used to love the animals and the creatures. You have any love for the ocean? Any true love? Not Kelly Slater, the ocean hater, that piece of shit. Any true love for the ocean? You got a YouTube camera. You got a keyboard. It's like, I mean, men of my generation don't know how to type. I mean, I remember taking type class when I was young. It was all girls and me. Ugh. Fuck, that was like the most brutal case. I can type over 100 words a minute. That ain't no shit. You got a keyboard. You got a camera. You got 2 feet. Get out there at low tide. You know, get out there and self-teach. Self-teach. You can do it. Get away from the universities. You can attend a university that you will physically, if a biology department in the United States, well, in the world for that matter, you will physically come out dumber than when you went in. Fukushima's proven that. So I'm going to tag this the greatest red herring in human history. The Fukushima tank water. I'll post all the links. I have all the data. Mating season. There's a cool ass mallard here. And he's a half-breed domestic. He's floating around. He's got white on his bib right here. He's half domestic, half wild. Yeah, he's here. I saw him again yesterday. He was. So, I haven't spotted him. Oh, there he is. There he is. See him? There he is on cue. Oh, yeah, there he is. See him? He's a beauty, man. He's half domestic, half wild. New species? Yeah. It's a pretty recent phenomenon that started to happen. Well watching. NOAA counts all the fucking wells. There he comes. NOAA counts all the wells. NOAA counts them all. They use sonar. They do post them now. It took them a long time to post them. What we got here, the kids. I don't know what these little guys are doing. They ain't so little, but they're not college age. I think the storytelling festivals here at Weber. These science professors do a lot of that, storytelling. They don't call it storytelling. They call it biology. So, sitting there counting wells is fun, and I've done it, but, oh, there's one. Overcount is ridiculous. They even print those numbers. It's ridiculous. I'll post the link. NOAA's got my work out there now. We basically just copied my work, and I've done this with no money. Everybody quit me. I ain't gonna quit you. I ain't gonna quit you. I ain't gonna quit you. The future marine biologists of the world right there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, those are probably, I guess, 6th graders. They look like 6th graders to me. Future marine biologists of the world. Nice job what we've handed them, right? How do you like your 35 trillion in debt, your poisoned ocean? They're going to hate us so bad. Not me. Not me. They're going to look back and say, oh, there was this guy. It's just fire. It's just the will. It's just YouTube. Look at this guy. He called all this out to a T. Or Hamlet and Cassandra got together, Blanche Stradamus. Son of Cassandra. I'm like an ivory-billed woodpecker. I'm like a coelacanth. True marine biologist. Still in the United States. Someone who still cares about the ecology. Oh, there's one left. We found him. In a bone marrow transplant center at LDS East 8. There he is. Future marine biologist of the world. Go rogue. Go rogue. Get to work. Stand